Alright, this week I have to work on that car, that one. I have to do some TIG welding, so I have to get those two TIG machines, one of those plasma cutters out there, and there's my plug. I've got 4-foot cords, so I'm making an extension cord. I picked up this Vulcan, look, Master Welder. That's me. Master Welder series. This thing was designed around me. So we're going to take this right here, put 2 bottles on it, weld machine, plasma cutter. We'll bring it out here, and we're going to, got it tie strapped right now, so I'll open it in a second. We're going to start welding on the Rock Solid front end on Ray Arsenault's Trans Am. I've already got it cut apart, and we're going to get started on that just as soon as we get the welders mobile. Got the weld machines going, got my extension cord built, got them over here on the rack, bottles done, everything's ready, done tested them out, everything's good to go. I've got Ray's car prepped and ready to go. We're gonna start getting everything out and getting it tacked into place. Well, unfortunately, this car has been, it's been wrecked before. It's been flipped, and this tube front end isn't exactly fitting right. I'm gonna make it work and everything, but there's a lot of fitment issues with the body being damaged and part of the frame being damaged, and it's been pulled out and pushed out before. So I've done pretty much all the TIG welding I can do, and the rest of it, my wire welder is gonna have to catch up the slack, take up the slack, and fill in some gaps. I'm gonna have to add some metal to the part of the frame that was cut out previously, and I'll show some pictures here in just a second of the car flipped and how damaged it was. So this is it right here. You can see, you see where it's been peeled back apart. And it's not really fitting right. The frame has been cut right here, cut back previous to it coming to my house. But everything else is pretty much lined up. See, this is pretty much how it's supposed to fit here. The body is kind of thin, but this side up here is just all pitched in and caved in. I mean, this is supposed to be flush. This is supposed to come out and touch all this. But so far, so good. With the car being tweaked a little bit, we're going to do the best we can with what we have and just go from there. Wanted to work on the air conditioner tonight, so we're going to pull Lucas's driver's side turbo off. All that's done. I'm going to V-band the compressor housing with one of these little Vibrant HD clamps. Some people call them Vengeance clamps. It's just a real flexible V-band type connection. If you have like rubber motor mounts or anything like that, which this car does, so that's what we're going to put on it. We don't want to really have any rubber boots because it's going to be pretty high boost and it's going to make a lot of power. So something like that allows for flex, and you don't have to run a silicone coupler. So I'm going to pull the compressor housing off and get it welded on and just slip it right back on. It's as simple as that. It's pretty simple. Pretty much you have these little plates on some of them, A lot of your smaller turbos have plates placed around the perimeter. Some of them will have a V-band. You just take them loose. Or undo the V-band clamp, whatever it has, whatever it comes with. And then you just slip it right off without hitting the wheel. There you have it, just like that. Stick that on there and weld it. Well, like I say, players screw up too. I've welded some good cast aluminum before, welded really clean. These were brand new out of the box. I assumed they were going to be pretty fresh, but it didn't really weld very well. It welded like a really dirty oil pan almost. It had a lot of contamination. I'll show you that. It's hard to see really, but you can see some black contamination in it. Some little, they're not really pinholes, but they got, see on this backside maybe, yeah, right there. Just some nasty stuff that gets soaked into the porous aluminum. Just being, you know, if they're shipped from overseas, which I don't know if these are or not, but you can tell just looking at the casting quality. It ain't all there, but it should be fine. We'll clean this one up next time, inside and out, and see if it gets any better when we go to weld that side. Hopefully it does. If anyone's curious how these work, you know, a lot of people, they see them on, you know, race cars and everything like that, and they wonder what's different about them. So you got two O-rings. One goes here, one goes on, which would be your charge pipe. I'm not gonna put it on yet because it's still pretty toasty. Pretty much slip that in there, and it has all the travel of this bushing to move and still be sealed. And then you just slip it all. Never had one be that hard before, but so it won't move around this much, but it will allow for that much flex, so you can still cheat it if you're a terrible fabricator. Alright, there it is. Looks pretty good. Still have a lot of room to make that turn and go down to the bottom of the intercooler. And one other thing about compressor housings is every time I go to put one on, before I smoke it down, I like to get in here and just make sure we're not dragging or got an impeller wheel in the bind. And I mean, that's all you got to do right there. Don't get in here like your first girlfriend and just go buck wild. I see people just, and all their friends, just finger flicking the heck out of their brand new turbo and cranking it up and wondering why, you know, the bearings just shot out of the oil pan. But looks pretty good. Really need to get the intercooler mounted next. Well, that's all we're doing for this week. We have a customer with a twin turbo old school truck that I just put some new turbos on that I have to go help them get it set up. It's got the Phytech EFI system on it. Hopefully I can talk them into going Holley EFI, because we all know that's the greatest thing. So if not, I'm going to be attempting to learn how to tune Phytech, and I'm not looking forward to it. The Phytech part mostly, but the tuning part I have no business doing, but the guy trusts me. I'm going to try my best. It's supposed to be a good motor, and I'm just going to leave it down low time and low boost. Keep an eye out for that video. Probably going to be some dyno video and some street tuning and driving and everything like that. Subscribe to the channel. Keep up with this build. Keep up with Ray's Trans Am and everything else I have going on. This car is going to turn out to be a really nice car. I hope everybody can get to enjoy it as much as I do. It's going to be a really cool build, a really cool process. So just stay tuned for more videos.